Now we start the foot. I'll keep knitting the foot in a 6-stitch rib. That means alternating 6 knit stitches and 6 purl stitches. You can of course do 5 and 6 too. I'll show you that in a moment. You really have as many options as you want. Like I said, I'm going to keep knitting the 6-stitch rib here. It will keep pulling in nicely and stay nice and elastic. You can of course just keep knitting your pattern up here, down here like with the heel, just knit every stitch. I've already got a similar video using double ribbing. I'll link it here for you. Otherwise, knit your 6-stitch ribbing. Keep going until you reach the height you need or the length of your foot. I'm knitting my sock to about size 38 to 39. That means I knit the foot to about 14 centimeters. I measure that here from the heel edge. Quick tip, if you're knitting the socks for someone who, for example, if someone in your household is around, you can just have them try the sock on, and if the foot reaches the little toe. So, if it goes past the edge of the little toe, you have enough length for the heel. Once you've reached that, you can start the toe. Then the sock will fit perfectly, like I said. Keep knitting the 6-stitch rib until you reach the length you want. Then I'll see you again, and I'll of course show you how to do the toe. Until then, I wish you well. Have fun knitting. When you've reached the required length on your foot, you can start the toe. You start again with the first needle. This is the one seen from the heel. On the first needle, knit every stitch now. Just do it like you normally do. Knit all the stitches except the last 2. Then we'll knit those 2 together. I'll show you that in a moment. First, knit all the stitches except the last 2. Now we'll knit the last 2 stitches together. That means you knit like a knit stitch, but instead of going into the front loop, you insert the needle into the back loop. It goes through both stitches, it picks up the yarn. Now you've made 1 stitch out of 2. Now do the same on the second needle, your straight needle. Do it on the first 2 stitches. Back here again. Don't go into the first stitch, go into the second stitch. Insert the needle through both stitches. Pick up the yarn and knit it as a knit stitch. Knit all the other stitches on the second needle. The third needle is odd again. We knit it the same as the first needle. That means knit every stitch except the last 2. Knit those 2 together. The last 2 together again. The fourth needle, you probably guessed it. Knit the first 2 stitches together again. In your next round, work every stitch as it appears. That means knit every stitch. Now you repeat the whole thing. That means in each round, on the first needle, you stretch the last 2 stitches. On the second needle, knit the first 2 stitches together. Then, on the third needle, work the last 2 stitches, and on the fourth needle, work the first 2 stitches. So your work will then pull together nicely here toward the toe. Then knit another round, working each stitch as it appears. That means all stitches knit, no decreases. Keep repeating this. Stop when you only have 6 stitches left on the needle, no matter how many you started with. We'll see each other again. I'll show you what's next. Okay, If you now have 6 stitches on each needle, your work should look something like this. As you can see, the toe is pulling in nicely on both sides. The next rounds are pretty much the same. The only difference is we do a round of decreases each time. That means, now, in every round, on the first and third needles, knit the last 2 stitches together. On the second and fourth needles, knit the first stitch. Keep doing this until you have just 3 stitches left on the needle. Then you can sew up your sock, and you're done. If you now have 3 stitches left on the needle, you can sew up your work. So, cut the yarn, leave enough to weave in, then grab a tapestry needle. Then you always go in from the bottom up into the stitch. Lift the stitch off the needle. Always insert the needle from bottom to top, then pull the stitch off. Now do that on all 4 needles. Now you've got a little hole up there. Stick the needle through it. Turn your sock over. Pull the yarn tight. Take a look. First, give this a good pull here, then you can weave in the yarn end. I always do about 6 to 8 stitches. I just poke the needle into the yarn and go around once, so it holds up well in the wash. The yarn can also be washed at 40 degrees Celsius. I personally always wash my socks on the 30-degree wool cycle. That works without any problems. They'll really last a long time. Then you can cut the yarn, turn the sock over, and then you're done. Like I said, it's super stretchy. Since you'll only be working knit and purl stitches, it's great for beginners. If you liked my video, I'd really appreciate a free subscription. That way you won't miss any of my new projects. Until then, have fun knitting.